Hey gentlemen, maybe you're asking yourself, what is a perfect body of a man or a real gentleman like you? In today's video, we're gonna cover the most important points of what you have to know, what our ideal body is, how you actually can achieve it, and what you have to do exactly after this video to get a step closer to it. Now, I am not saying that this video is for everybody. This is not for, I'm gonna start out in the way for who it is not. It is not for somebody who wants to prepare for a bodybuilding contest and to look extremely jacked on stage, or wants to achieve some certain conditioning levels, like maybe running a marathon or anything like that. It is more for those regular guys like you and me that want to just have this kind of movie celebrity look or this Hollywood look. And because it's much more achievable, I can imagine to hold this longer term. And it's actually something that most of guys want, and it's actually to look good. And what kind of look am I talking over here? I am talking about somebody like Brad Pitt in the movie, how do you call the movie? It was Fight Club, and he was not super jacked. He was very lean, and that's what made his physique really good and stand out from all of those guys over there fighting. Another one is Nicolas Cage. If you've seen the Ghost Rider, and there was a scene where he was in the mirror looking himself, and he has all this six packs and actually a very achievable physique. Or another one would be David Gandy. You've maybe seen him in most Dolce Gabbana advertisements, and that's what kind of physique I'm talking about. And if that's for you, and if that's something you would like to achieve, then hang on. I'm gonna tell some really cool insights over here. And if you don't relate to this, if you would like to be super jacked, then maybe you check on some other fitness videos out there. So I assume now that we're on the same page, and we're gonna go through the most important number. And that's what I call the magic number. Now, there are as well different kind of concepts. There is the Adonis index, there is the BMI that I don't fairly agree with. Because come on, if you are very fit and you have a lot of muscle, the BMI is saying that you're overweight. That doesn't work. So I had to find a realistic number for us to focus. And if we achieve it, we will look like those celebrities. And the magic number that you have to remember throughout all this video is this one. It's called 1.55. Now, what is 1.55? It is an index that is possible to achieve, and that is done through different kind of measurements. Like our shoulder circumference, our chest circumference, and also our arm circumference. They have a specific ratio that if you hit it, like a specific circumference number that you hit it, you are getting closer to your physique. So for this, you will need to have like a band to measure this. But first I'm gonna go over the numbers. So for shoulders, what is the number for shoulders? For shoulders is 0.7. I know, right now you cannot imagine maybe a lot about with these numbers, but bear with me, we will clear the things up. So for shoulders is 0.7. For chest is 0.6. Arms is 0.21. And waist is 0.45. Now, okay, like, what are those numbers? Well, it is based on your height. So let us say, for example, your height is 180 centimeters. And now you would add up this number. So you just only need to calculate, like take a piece of paper or maybe a calculator for you. I can give a bit of time for you, or pause the video and take right now a sheet. And then calculate for you what are your targets that you have to hit to get this celebrity look. Now, let's do, for example, you will need your body height. And let's put, for example, 180 centimeters. Now, all you have to do is to calculate this number times your height. Now, for shoulders, this will equal 126 centimeters. So 0.7 times 180 is 126 centimeters. For chest is 106 centimeters. I hope I've done this calculation correctly. And for arms, it is 38 centimeters. And for the waist is 81 centimeters. Okay, so those are the numbers. And what are these numbers? This is the circumference. So you have to take your band where it's written out all those centimeters around, and you just put it around your shoulder. For the chest, you'll have to do it around here. And for the arms, you just do around your biggest area. And for waist is right below the belly button. Now, those are all a lot of numbers. Like, how can we simplify this? This is like chest, and this is like all complicated. I recommend to simplify things, to just only focus on 2 areas. And this will actually result to that magic number that I'm talking. We just only focus on shoulder, and we just focus on waistline. Now, if we focus on these areas, we then achieve exactly the magic number for all gentlemen. And how does this work? Well, this number is calculated your shoulder index, 0.7, divide by the waist. And 1.55 is basically the shoulder to hip or to waist ratio. Now, this is like the aesthetic look. What happens if you achieve this? What happens if you hit the 1.55 number? What happens is that you actually look really great in clothes. People will see you and they will see, wow, this is like a real man walking around. And the other side is that you actually hit really good health markers, because if you have a good waist, like a natural waist that you can keep, is not lower than this, and it's neither higher. It's around plus minus 1 centimeter. If you hit that, you're actually hitting a really healthy number. You have better, like I'm not a doctor or anything, but based on this, you would achieve better health markers in your blood tests, for example. Now, there are some other things. You as well boost confidence, because you now can see, wow, I'm fitting very well in all these kind of clothes, and actually you inspire other people to look as well that good. And also your athletic performance increases. This means that you are far more lighter because you build up muscle, and you don't have a big waist. So you can do something like muscle ups. Like if you want to learn muscle ups, then with this ratio you can actually achieve it far more likely. And yeah, so those are the core numbers. Just focus on hitting your shoulder and your waist. Now, how do you do that? What's the quick fix? To see immediate results, the quick fix is basically finding a style that exactly fits those ratios. So for example, you can buy a blazer, and like could be slim fit, could be tailored fit, could be body fit or modern fit, I think that's the new one, that actually hits this ratio. So number 1 quick fix is style. Okay, bump up your style and you look awesome. Okay, so now what we want to do is not just sort of fix a long-term problem with a short-term solution. We would like to fix a long-term problem with a long-term solution. And what is that? This is, you have to focus on 2 aspects. Number 1 is diet, and number 2 is training. So diet and training. And what do I mean by that? With diet, what you would like to do is hit your waist circumference. So you have to diet down to actually hit your waist. If you want to hit your shoulders, you just need to train like 3 times a week working out. So if you work out, particularly on your shoulders, you will as well achieve that look very naturally. Now, maybe you have kind of questions too, like how do I achieve this? What kind of routine do I need? How do I need to style myself up? Well, simply comment below, comment your question, and we actually look at the questions. And if it's good, we might take that question, address it, and mention it in a different future video. So, if you like what you see and you've learned something, then hit the like button, subscribe to our YouTube channel to achieve this magic number and receive more guidelines for men like you.